Merhaba arkadaşlar, hepiniz IEFT Talks webinarlarına hoş geldiniz. Bugün Trinity College Dublin'de akademik eğitim ve çalışma imkanlarını Nora'dan dinliyor olacağız. Lütfen sorularınızı questions kısmından sormayı unutmayın. Yes, Nora, the stage is yours now.
Thank you very much, Zeynep and Hazal. Hi, everyone. My name is Nora, and I'm working at Trinity College Dublin in the Faculty of Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. And I'm going to give you a presentation about Trinity College Dublin in general, and then also talk about the programs that we offer within our faculty. My presentation will take approximately 30-35 minutes with a mixture of me talking, and then also I will share a couple of videos. And then at the end of the session, we will have some time for questions and answers. Before I share my screen and start to talk about Trinity and the programs we offer, you can find some polls right next to the chat and questions on the right upper corner on your screen. So if you could click there and answer some questions for me. So first of all, what level of education are you interested in? Is it foundation program, undergraduate, master's, or PhD? And then the second question is, what disciplines are you interested in? Is it engineering, computer science, or natural sciences, or something very different? So please answer those questions for me if you have time. And in the meantime, I'm going to share my screen and then start my presentation. So I hope everyone can see it. So for anyone who joined a bit later, welcome to my presentation. My name is Nora, and I'm a recruitment and admissions officer in Trinity College Dublin within the Faculty of Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. And
Nora,
yes,
but we cannot see the presentation. Could you share your screen again?
Sure. Can you see it now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, perfect. I don't know what happens. So Trinity College Dublin is a research-intensive university in the heart of Dublin City. We have approximately 18,000 students studying with us, both at undergraduate and postgraduate level, and coming from all over the world. We are a comprehensive university, so we offer almost all programs that you can imagine, including business, medicine, engineering, computer science, arts, and again, everything that you can imagine. What you can see on the photo is our front gate, the main entrance to Trinity campus. And it's actually located in the conjunction of the three main roads and streets within Dublin. So it's definitely within the heart of Dublin City. So just some facts about us. Trinity is ranked #1 in Ireland and in the top 101 university in the world, according to the QS ranking. We are also a very innovative university, and we produce a lot of entrepreneurs within Europe, especially in the last 5 years. And we are very, very international. So we have students coming to study with us from more than 120 countries. And also, I think over 40% of our academics are also international. So this is great news for international students, because not only you will be part of Ireland and get to know the Irish society and culture, but you will be surrounded by international students and professors as well. And this information is mainly for you after you graduate, and that we have over 400 industry partners. So when it comes to graduation and finding a job, you will be very happy to know that we collaborate together with companies, both in Dublin, in Ireland, and also outside of Ireland. So now I will ask your patience a bit, because I will try to share a video that I would like to show you about Trinity. I hope you will enjoy it. Just a second.
On the western edge of Europe lies a modern capital city, and in the beating heart of this city is Ireland's highest-ranking university, Trinity College Dublin. Trinity is a modern, living, breathing campus, pulsing with people, energy and ideas. It's made an indelible mark on Ireland and the world for more than 4 centuries, but its 21st century incarnation has its focus firmly fixed on the future. Today, Trinity's campus is Ireland's largest research centre, a place where leading experts from the humanities, the sciences, and medicine are creating research that matters and then turning that research into impact. Thousands of new students pass through Trinity's gates for the very first time every September. They join a community of 3,000 staff, 17,000 students, and alumni more than 130,000 strong. A community that is inclusive and welcoming and active in every corner of the globe. A community that will bring out the best in each student and help those students to make their way in life. Our students are all different, but they share one characteristic. They have never been content to accept life as they find it. They agitate. They innovate. They build new worlds. Perhaps this is why Trinity has produced 1/5 of all Irish spin-outs, more entrepreneurs than any other university in Europe, and more than half of all the Nobel laureates from the Republic of Ireland. Perhaps this is why Trinity collaborates so well with the Irish and multinational companies that make Dublin their home. Perhaps this is why Trinity has changed with every generation, and why Trinity never sits still. Perhaps this is why one of the world's great cities is home to one of the world's great universities. Trinity College Dublin.
So thank you so much. I hope that you enjoyed the video about Trinity. I think it always gives you a better understanding and a better picture of who we are and what we provide for our students. So just to confirm, Zainab, could you please let me know if you can see the presentation now?
Yes, we can see.
Perfect. So as you could see probably in the video, Trinity is old and new. We have a very, very historical, beautiful campus in the city center. Trinity has been established, it was established in 1592, but we provide 21st century knowledge and education for our students. On the right-hand side, for example, you see our sports center with the climbing wall. This is my favorite picture ever of Trinity. This is the old library, which is located on campus, and it attracts more than 1 million visitors per year. And as a prospective student, you will be happy to know that you can use this library if you want, if your discipline allows you to use the library. But even if you don't use it as a student, you can always go in and just admire this beautiful place on campus. And actually, this library inspired lots of movie makers. So if you watch Star Wars or Harry Potter, you will notice some familiarities and some similarities with this library. So Trinity College Dublin produced half of the Nobel Prize winners of Ireland. And besides the Nobel Prize winners, you might know some of these alumni who studied with us. For example, Jonathan Swift, who wrote Gulliver Travels. And we also have Oscar Wilde, a very famous writer. Ernest Walton, who got a Nobel Prize for physics. He assisted with splitting the atom. Or, for example, a more younger alumni such as Ruth Negga or Jack Gleason from, I think, from Game of Thrones. So hopefully in a couple of years, your picture can be also seen on this screen. So we understand, especially as an international student, how difficult it is for you to come and join us. So besides, studying and being in the library, we really would like you to join the student life and join intellectual, physical, and social activities as well. So we have more than 50 sport clubs and 120 societies. And these are in areas, whatever you can imagine. So first of all, the two oldest societies are the Phil and the Hist. These are debating societies, and they welcome guests and speakers every year. And you might know some of the names, such as the current US President Joe Biden, who visited us a couple of years ago. At the time he was the vice president, or Al Pacino, for example. So as a student, we really want you to join these events and just get out of your comfort zone and be part of societies. So just very briefly about Ireland and why you should choose Ireland as your study destination. So it's a relatively small country with approximately 5 million people. It's an extremely friendly environment and nation. I myself, I'm an international person here in Ireland, and I feel always very welcomed. It's an English-speaking country. After Brexit, Ireland is the only English-speaking country in the EU. So it's very important to keep in mind when you consider your study destination. We have a very long tradition in education excellence, as you can also see it in Trinity and in some other higher education institutions in Ireland. We use euro, so it's definitely something to take account, because it's for example more convenient than the pounds, for example. We offer stay-back visa, and this also shows how friendly and welcoming Ireland is towards international students and international people. So if someone completes an undergraduate degree, then automatically you receive a 1-year stay-back visa. If you finish a master's degree or a PhD, then you receive a 2-year stay-back visa. This will allow you to look for a job or start your employment here in Ireland. We have lots of leading companies, and this slide show you a couple of logos, and I'm sure you recognize most of them. So especially if you are interested in STEM programs that I'm going to talk about, you will be very happy to know that 9 out of the top 10 global ICT companies, or the 8 of the top 10 gaming companies, are located here in Ireland. And they also very often have their European or the EMEA headquarters here. So LinkedIn, Facebook, Google headquarters are all here. If you studied, for example, biomedical sciences, there are lots of pharmaceutical companies here, such as Pfizer, who is now very busy with developing the COVID vaccine, for example. Or if you study engineering, you will be happy to know that we have 15 of the top 20 medical device companies here. So now I would like to talk about a very special project at Trinity, which I am a part of, and within the Faculty of Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. And this is E3, Engineering, Environment, and Emerging Technologies. So probably you noticed that there are so many challenges around climate change, energy, water, data, and resources in the world. And Trinity and the industry recognize that they need experts who don't only understand their own disciplines, such as engineering, but they know other aspects as well, such as computer science or natural sciences, and that they have to come up with solutions that are there to create something for a better world. So in a world of change, how can Trinity make change in the world? So in 2018, we established the E3 initiative, and it's basically bringing together engineers, natural scientists, computer scientists, and statisticians to develop balanced technological solutions that enhance the well-being of the planet and create a better world. So basically, this initiative is a collaborative project between the School of Engineering, the School of Natural Sciences, and the School of Computer Sciences. As part of the project, besides the existing facilities that we have, we also building a new facility that is going to be ready hopefully in 2023. And we want to use this facility as a collaborative area for students coming from different disciplines to collaborate together and to work together to come up with good ideas. Besides the existing programs that came, that were already there at Trinity, we also came up with 2 new undergraduate and 1 new master's programs that are very, very multidisciplinary. And I will talk about this a bit later on. And we would like to give students the skills they need to tackle the global challenges of today and tomorrow. So now I would like to share another video with you, if you don't mind, about the E3 initiative.
We have an obligation as a third-level research institution to respond to what are the social, climatic, environmental, energy crises in which the world finds itself. Human activity is causing catastrophic changes in our planet, and the real big tipping point is about 2050. So the graduates that come out of Trinity in the next 5 years are the people that will have to contribute to the solutions to these problems, and we're going to do it through E3.
E3 is a multidisciplinary program, and multidisciplinary programs are greater than the sum of their parts. The E3 project is taking students beyond the traditional area of science of discovery and moving us towards the science of engagement and collaboration.
E3 stands for a merging of environmental science, engineering, and computer science and statistics. It's a conceptual, philosophical transformation of the way in which science is taught in Trinity at the moment.
Our graduates will be entering a rapidly changing world, socially and environmentally. And the E3 program will build a diverse set of transferable skills that will enable them not just to contribute, but to lead by example. And that opens up enormous opportunities for generating innovations and also for tackling those complex problems that help us to transition to becoming a much more sustainable society.
Perfect. I hope you enjoy this. So now I will try to share my screen again and go back to the presentation. Perfect. I hope you can see it now. So as I mentioned before in the presentation, I will now talk about the courses that we offer within the STEM faculty. So at undergraduate level, we have a wide range of courses within these disciplines. So within the School of Computer Science and Statistics, we have the integrated computer science, and then we have a couple of joint programs with some other disciplines, such as computer science and business, computer science and languages, and computer science and geography. And actually, the computer science and geography is one of the new multidisciplinary course under the E3 initiative. And it's a very, very exciting course and to be part of. And then we also have management science and information system studies. When it comes to natural sciences. We offer biological and biomedical sciences with lots of specializations. So the first 2 years you study everything related to discipline, and then from year 3 up until year 4 you specialize in one of these specializations. So, for example, this is a great alternative for students who, for example, wants to study medicine but cannot get in, because you can study things that are very much related to medicine, such as immunology, human genetics, microbiology, and so on. Neuroscience, for example. We also offer botany, environmental science, and zoology if you're interested in that area. And then we also offer geography and geoscience. And then we also offer engineering courses. And now I will jump to the other slide, because this really explains how our great engineering program looks like. And so it's a common entry program, which means that in the first 2 years, you study everything related to engineering, and then you will specialize from year 3. We offer biomedical engineering, computer engineering, electronic engineering, or a combination of the two, mechanical engineering, and also civil, structural, and environmental engineering. In year 4, if you decide to finish at year 4 and graduate with a bachelor's degree, then you will work on a very large individual research project called the Capstone Project. But if you decide to do a 5-year degree and graduate with a master's degree, then in year 4, you have some options. You can either stay at Trinity, or you can do 1 semester in Trinity and the 2nd semester as internship, or you can do an international exchange in one of our partner schools around the world. We have a lot of partner schools, for example, in the US, top universities such as Columbia, Brown, University of Pennsylvania. So if you are considering maybe also going to the US, joining Trinity is a great option. And then you can do a study exchange in one of the top universities in the United States. And then, as I mentioned, if you wish to do the integrated masters, then you will do your capstone research projects in year 5. And then the other new course within the E3 initiative is the Environmental Science and Engineering course, which has the same structure as the engineering program, where you study both disciplines in year 1 and 2, and then you specialize in either the engineering, so environmental engineering, or environmental science in year 3 and 4 and 5. And then if you're interested in postgraduate programs, again, we offer a wide range of courses within these 3 schools. So we have masters in computer science with 4 different streams, such as data science. This is a very, very popular course, or intelligent systems, future network systems, or augmented virtual reality. We also have masters in interactive digital media, and this can be an option for students who have already like computer science background, but this is one of the only courses within our faculty that you don't need to have computer science background to join this course. So for example, if you studied arts, humanities, or even business or something like that, but you wish to transit into computer science or related course, then the interactive digital media is a great way to do that. So I highly recommend this to look into if you consider something like that. Then within the School of Engineering, we have bioengineering, civil engineering, mechanical engineering, and also music and media technologies. And I would like to highlight the electronic information engineering, because if you are interested in AI, so artificial intelligence or automation, voice recognition, something like that, then this course is a very good option for you as well. And I always like to mention something about this course. So the course director is Professor Anil Kokaram, who used to work at Google before joining Trinity, and he developed a software that was used in Hollywood in many movies such as Matrix, and really some really great movies. And because of that software that was used and helped these movies to be created, he actually got an Oscar in Hollywood. So we always like to tell this, because not every university can say that they have a professor in engineering who actually has an Oscar. And then within the School of Natural Sciences, we have a wide range of courses again, development practice. So like if you're interested in working in NGOs or international development, this course is great for you. Biodiversity and conservation, energy science, environmental sciences or environmental history. And the very new course is the Smart and Sustainable Cities. And this combines the disciplines of natural sciences, so urban development, for example, and geography, computer sciences, and engineering. So definitely it's to something to consider if you are interested in this discipline. So I hope that I could give you a bit of flavor in E3 and what we are doing within the faculty to make some difference and in a world of change, Trinity making change in the world, as you can see. I'm more than happy to answer any questions about the courses in the Q&A, but now I would like to mention a few things about entry requirements. So if you study in the, and sorry, this is for undergraduates. So if you study one of the international curriculums, such as IB A-levels or the American curriculum, you can apply to Trinity directly. There are some subject-specific requirements. For our courses, it's mainly mathematics that you should take into account. We require an English of IELTS 6.5 or 1290. If you study in the local curriculum, then at the moment you will need to join the foundation program at Trinity, which is our own foundation program. So it's very rare here in Ireland. We are the only one offering our own foundation program. And within that, you can choose pathway A or pathway B, and you study different subjects related to your discipline. And then after passing the foundation program, you will automatically progress into the chosen program. When it comes to master programs, we require a 2.1 equivalent degree. So in Turkey, I would say it's usually above 2.7 or around 3 out of the 4. And also the English language requirement for graduate students is also IELTS 6.5. The application is, I think it's extremely easy and simple. Everything has to be submitted online through our website. And the application deadlines varies from program to program, but usually the deadline is the 30th of June, except for some programs such as medicine and dentistry. And you can submit up to 3 applications. So if you are undecided which one you would like to join, then you can apply up to 3 programs. What you need to submit is a personal statement, 2 letters of recommendation, your transcript of records or predicted grades, proof of English proficiency, and at master's level, some courses require portfolio, or there are interviews or programming tests that you have to complete as part of the admission. So you can check the fees online because it varies from program to program, but the undergraduate courses in our faculty are around 26,000 euros per year, and the postgraduate programs are between 23 and 26,000 euros for the 1-year full-time course. All of our master programs are 1 year if you do the full-time version. In addition to that, we usually recommend students to have approximately 10 to 15,000 euros per year for living expenses. But again, it always depends on each individual how much they need for living expenses. Usually I always receive questions on scholarships, so I would like to mention a few things about that. So if you are interested to join one of the programs I was mentioning, so within the E3 initiative. Then we have lots of scholarships that we give out, both at undergraduate and postgraduate level. So it's usually €5,000 each year, like deducted from your tuition fee. For postgraduate, it's also between €4,000 and €5,000 deduction from your fee. There is a €10,000 scholarship for the smart and sustainable cities, and one full scholarship for the electronic information engineering. We also have the Global Excellence Scholarship, which has a very similar structure as the E3 scholarship. And then the Foundation Scholarship, that has nothing to do with our foundation program, but rather with the foundation of Trinity College Dublin. So the Foundation Scholarship is there since the foundation of Trinity, so more than 400 years. It's basically, it's a very prestigious scholarship, and undergraduate students can apply for this in their second year, where they do an exam, and if they successfully pass that exam, they receive this scholarship for 5 years, which includes significant discounted tuition fees, free accommodation on campus, and also meals on campus. So that was what I would like to share with you today. I hope that you enjoyed the presentation, and I could give you a bit of flavor about Trinity, Dublin, Ireland, and the Faculty of STEM. You can always contact me through my email, which is on the screen, and you can also scan the QR code there to which leads you to the registration form, where you can enter your details, and we are more than happy to follow up with you soon. So thank you again, and now I will stop sharing it, and I will be happy to answer any questions that are coming in. So there's a question about English proficiency. So as I mentioned, we require IELTS 6.5 usually. There are some exceptions, but for our programs, it's always IELTS 6.5. If you graduated from a university where the instruction was fully in English, then we might accept that. It's up to the course director to decide if you can be exempted from proof of English proficiency. But yeah, we do have cases where we accept that. So there are some questions about working in Ireland while you are studying. So yes, as an international student, you can work part-time during your studies, which is up to 20 hours per week, I think, and then during the summertime, you can work full-time. And again, I would like to mention the stay-back visa. So if you studied an undergraduate course in Ireland, then you receive a 1-year stay-back visa. And if you graduated with a master's degree or a PhD, then you have 2 years stay-back visa. So the minimum GPA for masters is again around 3. Sometimes we accept around 2.7 if it's from a highly ranked institution. So there are some questions about medicine. So that's not my area of expertise, but if you are interested in joining medicine at undergraduate level, you can only join if you have an IB, or if you follow an IB or A levels. You are more than welcome to send me an email, and I can forward your inquiry to my colleague who can help you with that. There's a question about architecture. So that's one of the courses that we don't offer at Trinity. It's architecture. So there are 2 main disciplines that we don't offer. It's architecture and veterinary that we unfortunately don't have. Very good question about COVID and how we are dealing with it at Trinity. So in September last year, we introduced a hybrid model where big lectures were done online, and then smaller lectures, seminars and group works were conducted face-to-face. All of the online lectures were also recorded. So for example, if international students could not travel into Ireland, they could listen to the webinar or to the session, you know, at their convenient time. The campus is open for students regardless the lockdown. So if students wish to use the facilities such as the library or something like that, they can do that. So hopefully the situation will be better in September this year, and everything can go back to normal. So there are questions about scholarships. I think I explained it clearly in my presentation. So we offer the E3 scholarship, the Global Excellence Scholarship, and the Foundation Scholarship. Of course, if you have scholarship from home, from Turkey, then that's obviously accepted, and we do have students who have scholarship from the government or the Jean Monnet scholarship, for example. There's a question about transferring, like credit transfer. So we have advanced entry. If you send me an email, I'm happy to guide you through that and provide more information. There's a question about the School of Law. We do offer a lot of law programs, both at undergraduate and postgraduate level. Again, I'm not working in that faculty, so please send me an email if you have any questions, and I'm happy to send it to my colleague. Unfortunately, there's a question about if there's financial support to scholarship with the knowledge of French. I'm not aware of any of that, unfortunately. There's a question if we have masters in neuroscience. We do have some related masters, so you can also send me an email, and I'm happy to follow up with you on that. So there's a question about the environmental science and engineering program. This is not a dual degree. This is a multidisciplinary program. So basically you study both disciplines within the 4 years, but then you specialize in year 3, 4, and 5 if you decide to do masters, and then you receive a degree according to the specialization that you choose. But you will study both disciplines, so you will have the knowledge in both. There's a question if they can get citizenship while studying. So I think you can get a residence permit after 5 years, but studying does not count, so you need to work. So only working count into getting a citizenship or a residence permit. So there is a question if we have masters in AI. So I would recommend you 2 courses that you might find interesting. One is the computer science with the specialization in intelligent systems, or the electronic information engineering that is also very much focused on machine learning, AI, signal processing, voice recognition, medical device engineering as well. So that's something you can look at, and yeah. So it depends on the course. If you can submit your IELTS results later on. So for example, for computer science, it's a very competitive master's. So you need to submit your IELTS score before your application is being considered. But for example, for the electronic information engineering, since there's an interview, like a Skype interview, you can submit your application without IELTS and then get a conditional offer and then submit your IELTS score later on. So I hope I answered the question properly. If not, please let me know. So there is a question about the exams for the foundation scholarship. So it's related to your discipline. So let's say if you study biology and biomedical sciences, then the exam will be related to that. So Eske is asking if they can get the presentation later. So I think this session is recorded, but I will email you I can email you the PDF version of my PowerPoint if you would like to have that. But if you missed anything, feel free to contact me and I'm happy to follow up. Yes, I will put my email in the chat. Just a second. So it's norga@tcb.ie. So I just put my email address in the chat. Okay, so please email me if you have any questions. Okay. So not really. So unfortunately, there are not full scholarships that we offer. This year, we have one full scholarship for the Masters in Electronic Information Engineering, but that's it. Unfortunately, in Ireland, we don't really offer full scholarship. There is the Government of Ireland scholarship that offers full scholarship, but it's a very, very competitive program or scholarship within Ireland. So there's a very good question. What level of Irish is needed to be able to live comfortably in Dublin? So we are an English-speaking country. Irish is like a second language, I would say. Everyone speaks English, so you don't need to know any Irish in order to survive. So everything is in English, and everyone speaks English. So there's a question about if we have master programs in natural sciences. Yes, absolutely. We have masters in environmental science, biodiversity and conservation. We have development practice, energy science, or smart and sustainable cities. So, and we also have scholarships for these programs. So please send me an email if you wish to discuss this more. I'm more than happy to send you more information about the courses. So there is again a question on work permits. So again, if you studied undergraduate program, you receive 1 year stay-back visa. And if you did a master course, then it will be a 2-year stay-back visa. And then it's up to the company where you work to sponsor you and help you with the visa application. Just trying to see if I answered all the questions. What are the requirements to get scholarship on masters, especially for English American studies? So again, that's not my area of disciplines, but if you visit the Trinity website for the postgraduate scholarships, you can find a list of available scholarships, and maybe the School of Art have some specific ones for that discipline. But usually the scholarship requirements are, it's based on merit, so it's based on your academic performance. You very often have to submit a personal statement. How would you contribute to the Trinity community, and so on. If we have physiotherapy and rehabilitation master programs, again, it's not my area of discipline, but I think we have, or something related. So you can also send me an email, and I'm happy to guide you and send your inquiry further to my colleague. There's a question on what are the master's degree entry requirements. So For most of our programs within the E3 initiative, you need to have a related master's degree. So let's say if you wish to study biomedical engineering, you should come with a background in engineering or biology or something like that. If you study business, for example, you won't be able to get there. So it always have to be something related. Then the GPA requirement from Turkey is usually around 3. Again, we can accept around 2.7 if it's from a highly recognized and highly ranked institution in Turkey. We require IELTS 6.5 for our master degrees, and depending on the course, you might have an interview or a programming test, or you need to submit a portfolio. But again, it depends on the course. We have PhDs, and it really depends on the area that you are interested in. So we do offer, we do have like structured PhD in the School of Computer Science, but for example, for engineering, it's always, we recommend you to contact one of the principal investigator in the area that you are interested in to check your eligibility, if your research area is something that they're interested in, and whether they have funding for international students. So, but we do welcome many PhD students or masters by research students every year from all over the world. I'm just checking if there's any other questions. So I think I answered most of the questions.
Yes, Nora, thank you for your answers. I believe you answered all of the questions.
Perfect, thank you. There was one about Duolingo. So we do accept Duolingo this year as well. So if you can't take an IELTS or TOEFL or Cambridge or one of these language tests, then we also accept Duolingo this year as well. So I think that's the only other question I left out. So thank you very much all for your time and for listening to my presentation. I hope I could give you a good overview about Trinity and the STEM programs. I put my email address in the chat, so please feel free to send me an email, and I'm more than happy to contact you. I'm also happy to do like one-on-one Zoom calls with you if you wish to know more about specific courses. So thank you very much again, and stay safe, and hopefully we can welcome you at Trinity very soon. Thank you and bye.
Yes, thank you very much, Nora, for your great presentation. We believe it was a really informational webinar for the attendees, and you answered all of the questions. Also, I would like to thank the participants in Turkish as well. Katıldığınız için teşekkür ederiz arkadaşlar. Trinity College Dublin ile ilgili diğer sorularınız için Nora'nın paylaşmış olduğu mail adresinden iletişime geçebilirsiniz. Aynı zamanda sizi 7'deki webinarımıza da davet etmek isteriz. Thank you again, Nora. It was a pleasure to have you in IEFT Talks.
Thank you again. All the best. Bye bye.
Bye bye.